This is IGN. An inventive, entertaining, and charming continuation of a Disney favorite. This is your IGN review of Mufasa the Lion King by Robert Daniels. Mufasa the Lion King is the best version of a Barry Jenkins-directed children's film imaginable. That compliment might read as backhanded, but considering many were afraid the Disney machine would chop and screw the visual and storytelling splendor of the director behind Moonlight, such an astonishing result is a mighty win. This photorealistic prequel to Jon Favreau's 2019 remake of The Lion King is a major technical achievement and an emotional leap forward from its predecessor. And while the story of Mufasa and Taka, two brothers turned enemies, isn't altogether new, Jenkins adds enough twists and turns across varied terrains for their predictable sibling rivalry to have some bite. This movie is aimed at a younger audience. There's mischievous humor and jaunty show tunes to accompany the campfire story mood, sometimes the desire to keep the audience engaged, accomplished through a framing device that sees Mufasa's story told to his granddaughter, Kiara, played by Blue Ivy Carter, by the sage Mandrill Rafiki, played by John Connie, restricts us from fully immersing ourselves in this digital world. By the end, however, Jenkins works enough enchantment for Mufasa to conjure real joy and urgent poignancy. The juxtaposition of the two lions hits on another of Jenkins's interests, the repeating of violent cycles that are sometimes passed from father to son. Mufasa overtly cranks up this theme almost to its detriment with the emergence of the totalitarian white lion Kyros, played by Mads Mikkelsen. Fortunately, there's a lot of visual majesty to distract from Mufasa's comedic shortcomings. Jenkins and his longtime cinematographer James Laxton love sweeping camera movement, relying on tracks, whip pans, and cranes to capture wide vistas of lush grasslands and snow-capped mountains. And unlike a lot of contemporary Disney productions, you'd never know they pulled it all off on a soundstage. The pair clearly take pleasure in the gorgeous world they've created, and it's refreshing to see long, unhurried takes that trust the audience to look at an image for longer than 5 seconds. Similarly, editor Joy McMillan's dissolves efficiently roll us from scene to scene rather than bludgeoning viewers with hyperactive cuts. Jenkins' firm trust in the technology is also rewarded. As opposed to Favreau's cast in The Lion King, the elephants, giraffes, and birds here don't look like pieces of melted plastic. They're impressively elastic. Likewise, the lions actually have facial expressions, emoting with a naturalness that doesn't play like something out of the uncanny valley. That movement certainly helps with the film's original songs, written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. Most of Miranda's tracks are memorable enough tunes that get us to bob along with the story. The primary highlight, however, is the R&B duet Tell Me It's You, which pushes Mufasa and Sarabi's burgeoning love in the face of a jealous Taka. That rhythmically kinetic song is a welcome throwback to the days of the Disney Renaissance, when singers like Peabo Bryson lent their vocals to smashes from musical theater giants like Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, before the pop stars were writing and singing the songs as Elton John did for the original Lion King. By the final 10 minutes, however, Jenkins needs to tie several bows. The final confrontation between Mufasa and Kyros, the origin of Taka's scar, and the creation of Pride Rock. He does so with aplomb, crafting a thrilling final sequence that, when cross-cut between Mufasa and Kiara, brings everything full circle. Moonlight's Barry Jenkins makes the leap to big-budget popcorn entertainment, and just like the CGI stars of Mufasa, he lands on his feet. This origin story stands alone by pitting familiar characters against new villains, resulting in a photorealistic film that's driven as much by its storytelling as by its technology. The ungainly structure and self-aware winks at the audience can sometimes distract from Mufasa's powerful myth-making, but Jenkins' knack for eliciting deep emotion and visual wonder remains sharp, especially when bolstered by Aaron Pierre and Kelvin Harrison Jr.'s delightful voice work. Mufasa the Lion King's IGN score? 8. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson, and for the latest updates on Mufasa the Lion King, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.